Takashi Aihara, Head of Product Planning at Nikon Corporation. Back in my teens, around 30 years ago, I wanted to be a film director. I studied filmmaking at university and worked on some independent film productions. At the time, it was so expensive to make a film. But now, with the launch of the Cinema line and the deep collaboration with the Red colleagues, I find myself involved in the cinema industry once again. I'm so excited to have this opportunity to be back in the field close to my heart. My current dream is to support young creators by providing fantastic but affordable products. I love films. I have a lot of favorite films shot on Red cameras. That's why I'm so happy to be here with Jeff in the Red studio today.
Hi, I'm Jeff Goodman, Vice President of Product Management at Red Digital Cinema. I've been at Red a little over 8 years, and I've been at Red throughout the entirety of this current generation of products. And here with Aihara from Nikon, my counterpart, today to talk about Z Cinema, and excited to do so.
Z Cinema is a new line of cinema cameras co-developed by Nikon and Red, aiming to provide high-quality solutions for filmmakers and content creators. At first, we launched the two Red cameras under the Z Cinema brand, Komodo X and V-RAPTOR X with the Z lens mount, in February 2025, just within a year after Nikon becoming a partner with Red. Then, in October last year, we added two more, V-RAPTOR XE and ZL. So the Z Cinema family now has 4 products.
Yeah, so a lot of people have been curious what was behind the acquisition of Red, why is Nikon focused now in this new part of the business around video?
We decided to make a quick and impactful entry into the cinema market. Demand for video production has been expanding across multiple industries, such as social media and online streaming platforms. Nikon had focused on improving video functions in its mirrorless cameras, but extending our business into the cinema market was expected to take some time because we did not have enough knowledge or customer base in the cinema field. However, the situation changed completely after Red joined the Nikon Group in 2024. Since the acquisition, we have moved at top speed to exchange technical knowledge and develop new products.
Yeah, as you said, we have been working definitely at top speed since we started after the acquisition, and already 3 Red products in 2025 alone. We created the Z Cinema series together where we're collaborating on sharing technology together. It started on our side with Z-mount versions of the V-RAPTOR X and the Komodo X, with the first-party mount now from Nikon, the improved autofocus that we learned from the Nikon teams, and the greater lens control we have now with that whole Z ecosystem has been a really great start to the Z Cinema series. And then we just now in September launched the V-RAPTOR XE, which is a streamlined version of the V-RAPTOR X.
So yes, Jeff, we have working very closely. And the Nikon ZR was launched in October last year as a new baby of the Z Cinema family. It's the first cinema camera from Nikon with a full-frame sensor in a compact body. Actually, Nikon engineers had already started working on ZR development long before we welcomed Red. We chose to add Red competencies into the ZR, even though the timing made it very difficult. Thanks to hard work of the ZR product team members, we could launch such a wonderful cinema camera.
Yeah, it's really impressive that Nikon was able to pivot so quickly with the ZR and incorporate the Red technology, and it's been evident from the market that it's appreciated. It's also really great now that there's an option for customers at every step of the lineup, where all the way up to V-RAPTOR X, and with a very compact and more affordable ZR, you can choose something depending on the application that you have. Also, customers have noted that it's been fantastic that Nikon has kept Red focused where it always has been, on the cutting edge of high-end cinema, and allowed us to really focus and keep driving there while Nikon brings these new products in and completes that whole Z lineup. So it's been great so far.
So what has been Red team hearing about the latest model, V-RAPTOR XE, from the market?
Yeah, the V-RAPTOR XE has been very popular. The response has been great, which just goes to show again that having an option at different points within the lineup has proved beneficial. And for those that don't know, the V-RAPTOR XE is a streamlined version of our V-RAPTOR X product, the product that is behind many blockbusters and hit series in the last several years. And what it does is the E stands for Essentials in V-RAPTOR XE, really just the essentials you need for cinematic filmmaking with the same sensor, same optical quality as the V-RAPTOR X, but without all of the premium features, and really just opens up the accessibility to filmmakers. It's great to have the ZR now with the entire Z Cinema lineup. And another cool thing that some people may not realize is it doesn't end with just the camera platforms themselves. We have a full lineup of firmware updates that are coming on both sides of the house, so we continue to add value with firmware updates as we go. So one question I've been getting a lot, I'm sure you have as well, is how are the teams working together? What are your thoughts on that?
After Red became our partner, we quickly started sharing engineering knowledge to leverage our competencies from each other. The biggest and greatest decision in collaboration with Red must be the development of R3D NE and the integration of red color science into the ZR. Nikon engineers quickly learned about red color science by sitting together with Red engineers. We are very excited for our customers to experience the ZR performance that has been realized by this team effort.
Yeah, absolutely. We're excited for people to be able to utilize R3D NE in the ZR. It brings it to a whole new set of customers. And interesting fact is R3D NE stands for Nikon X-Speed, which is where we adapted R3D into a 12-bit variant that works on the X-Speed ASIC processors of the ZR. By having that adaptation now, customers have access to a compressed raw workflow where they may not have otherwise been able to utilize that. They have access to the time-tested industry standard workflow of R3D. They have access to the color science, which also gives them the LUTs that the community over the years has created. They can leverage those. And because it's integrated into the Red SDK, it's automatically supported by a really wide set of tools in the market. So it's been a really great addition to see ZR added R3D NE.
So Jeff, many people asking what kind of products in the future will Red and Nikon will release under the Cinema brand?
I've been getting that question a lot as well. It may sound a little bit cliche, but one thing that I always say is that it's been surprising to me how truly complementary the two companies are in terms of our areas of expertise. You know, we have sensor design within Red, we have R3D and color science and cinema workflow. We have all of that as a specialty. Nikon, on the other side, has optics, autofocus, ASIC design, and a lot more. So those things pair together really nicely, and bringing those things together is what creates the value and the strength behind that Z Cinema lineup that we're working on together. So I think you'll start to see all of those things coming together and creating a really strong lineup that both Nikon and Red customers should be really excited about.
Nikon and Red will keep expanding the Z Cinema lineup with exciting new products by having deep collaboration. This will allow customers to choose what they want, the best option from their needs, from top-end professional production to personal projects. Red has provided outstanding products mainly to the top professionals. We aim to deliver the great benefits of Red technology to a wider range of customers, especially young creators aspiring to next level of cinematic expression. We expect that ZR should be a gateway product of the cinema lineup. I hope that ZR gives you a taste of what makes Red technology special, inspires your creativity, and leads you to step up to a Red camera user in the future.
So check out the Z Cinema products by going to red.com, finding a local dealer, or contacting sales, and we'd be happy to set you up with a demo.
Before we finish, I'd like to let you know we opened the Z Cinema Instagram account last year. Please follow us and stay tuned for updates on what's coming next. Thank you.